Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Vanessa. I'm going to be leading you through a quick, roughly 30-minute bar class that you can do at home with no equipment. If you have some ankle weights or any additional equipment that you'd like to add on to this, feel free to do so. You can also play your own music in the background. I'll just be talking you through some cues and what to do. At any point throughout this class, if anything is not feeling great in your body or you'd like to switch it up, feel free to modify absolutely everything. Really just listen to your body and do what feels good. So we're going to start with a warm-up. Just standing nice and tall, feet about hip width apart, rolling your shoulders down and back. Start to just roll down all the way, bending your knees, hanging forward, and then roll yourself all the way back up. I'll turn to the side so you can see me. Rolling down and rolling back up. Rolling down. Nice deep breath. Start to warm your body up. Few more here. Rolling down and rolling back up. Two more. Roll down and roll back up. Last one, all the way down. Just hold for a couple moments here, maybe grabbing opposite elbows, gently rocking yourself side to side. Give your head a little shake out. And then roll yourself all the way back up. Just make some big circles with your shoulders, rolling them back and rolling them forward. And rolling your neck, just little half circles, nice and slow, side to side. And standing tall. This time widen your legs a little bit more and reach out with your arms. We're gonna reach over to one side, getting a nice side stretch in and up through center. Over to this side and up. Alternating sides each time. Over and up. Over and up. Nice long line and up. Over and up. Over and up. Over and up. Two more. Over and up. Over and up. We're gonna make a big circle now. Over to one side. Roll your body forward. Contract your spine. Over to the other side and up. Other way. Reach over. Round your back as you come forward. Over other side and up. Over and around. Over and up, over and around, over and up. Good. Step to the top of your yoga mat or wherever you're standing. As you inhale, you're going to sweep your arms up. Exhale to sit your hips down and back like you're sitting into an imaginary chair. Squeezing your inner thighs towards one another, strong core. Sweep your arms back and forward. Back and forward. Lots of energy through your arms, through your fingertips. Feeling the heat being generated through the thighs and up. Reach back and up. Two more and up. Reach back and up. Good. Standing all the way up. Sweep your arms up as you inhale. Exhale, float your chest forward. Planting your palms to the ground. Step your feet back. Coming into a downward facing dog, so making a big V with your body. Just pedaling out your feet here, stretch out your calves, hamstrings. Nice deep breaths. Palms are pressed down firmly. Good, lower both heels down, waving up all the way into your high plank, shoulders stack right above wrists. Exhale, hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, wave forward. Exhale, hips up and back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Keep going. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale, exhale. Good. Step your right leg forward. Knee stacks right above your ankle. Sweep those arms up. Try and find your balance first. Squeezing your core. Just bending your back knee to hover and stretch. Hover and stretch. Hover and stretch. Down and stretch. 4 more. Down and stretch. Down and stretch. Really starting to feel those legs if you aren't already. Lower your palms back down. Step it back into your downward dog. Shifting forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Shifting back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Other leg. Lift the left leg. Step it forward. Knee over ankle. High up on your back toes. Arms are lifted. Bend that back knee down and stretch. Hover and stretch. Hover and stretch. Hover. 4 more. 4. 3 and stretch. 2 and stretch. 1 and stretch. Lower the palms down. This time step it forward. Just relaxing forward. Give your head a shake out. And roll yourself all the way up. And shake it out. All right. Take a quick sip of water if you need to. Feeling nice and warm. And we will get started with some lower body. So you are going to widen your legs. Toes facing slightly out towards the sides or corners of your mats. When you squat down here, you want to think knees are tracking over your toes, so not letting them cave inwards. So if you're finding your knees are caving in, just turn the toes slightly in to meet that. Think of slightly tucking your tailbone under here. So instead of sitting your hips back when you squat, think straight down and up. Shoulders stay back. Here we go. Arms are gonna lift up to start. We are squatting down and up. Nice plie, deep plie squat. And up. Really thinking about those knees. Going out over your toes. Shoulders down and up. Down and up. Keep thinking knees out and up. Down and up. 4 more. Down and up. Down, pressing through the feet as you come up to stand. 2 more. And up. Down and up. Down, and this time we're gonna pulse here. Really think about tucking your tailbone, engaging your abs, rolling your shoulders back. Keep pulsing, keep breathing. Keep thinking knees out. One heel is gonna lift up and down. Stay low and down. Up and down. Up, other heel. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up, try both heels. Lift them up and down. Stay low and down. Up and down. Up, back to your squats. Lifting up and down. Up and down. Keep breathing. Up and down. Up and down. Shoulders down. Up and down. Up, knees out. Up and down. Good. Come to stand. Heel toe your feet back in. Bring your feet below your hips, so about hip width apart. Arms here can be on your waist. You can bring them to a ballet first position, or if you struggle with balance, you can hold onto a wall that's nearby or a chair. We're gonna start just by keeping the knees straight, lifting up onto the heels, or sorry, up onto the toes, lifting the heels and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. lift, and lower. Try not to clunk your heels down every time. Really control it down. Up and down. Up and down. Core is strong to keep you nice and balanced. Shoulders are relaxed. Gaze is really focused. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. This time we're going to come into a small squat or plie. And then as you stretch your legs, you're coming all the way up onto the toes. So down and up. Down and up. Down, all the way up. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Pressing through the balls of your feet into the floor. Staying lifted through the top of your head and up. Down and up. Down and up. Down, up and hold. Try and hold with your heels lifted, straight legs. You can stay here if this is challenging enough, up on the toes, or you can start to do some small squats or plies with the heels lifted and stay balanced, which I didn't just do. So down and up, down and up. This one's super challenging, just a tiny bend. Really feeling those legs and abs, down and up, down and up, down and up. Two more, down and up, down and up. Lower your heels down. Give your legs a little shake out. We're gonna do that same sequence, but this time heels in, toes facing slightly out. So last time we were here, just parallel feet. This time, heels in, toes out. When you bend the knees, make sure that those knees are coming over your toes. And again, hips are going straight down rather than back behind you. Again, arms can be in that ballet position. They can be on your hips, or you can hold on to something for a little bit more balance. Shoulders down and back. Here we go. So straight legs to start. Lifting up on the toes and down. Up and down. Up and down. Legs stay straight. Tuck that tailbone. Lift and down. Up. Control. Up. Control. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up. Four more like this. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Now we're going to add that small bend or plie all the way up onto the toes with straight legs. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Think knees out. Squeeze your inner thighs. Down and squeeze. Down and squeeze. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Down, up and hold. Find your balance. You can stay here or start with those small bends and stretch. Down and stretch. Staying up on the toes. Tuck that tailbone under. Really small. Keep breathing. Up, down and up. Down and up. 4, up. 3, up. Lift those heels. Up. Last 1. Shake it out. Give your feet and calves a little stretch out here. That was a lot. Maybe grab a quick sip of water. And then we are coming down to the ground. You're going to start laying on one side. Bring your knees so that they are stacked right in front of your hips. You're going to bring your heels together and lift your feet off of the ground. Bring your top hand onto your top hip so that you can see if you are opening your hips up to the ceiling. We really want to keep the hips as square as possible here. And this top or front knee is just going to lift slightly up and down. Up and down. Keep the feet together and keep them off of the ground if you can. Try not to collapse into your upper body here. Stay as lifted as you can. Lift the knee and lower. Lift and lower. The knee doesn't have to move super far. It can be really small. You will still feel this in that top glute. Up and down, up and down, up and down. 8 more. 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Switching sides. So roll over onto your other side. Knees are in front of your hips. Feet together. Lift them off the ground. Top hand comes to your hip. Lengthen your chest. Open the top knee and down. Up and down. Really feeling this in your top glute. Up and down. Keep breathing. Lengthen your neck. Up and down. Up and down. Keep going. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. You can just plant your feet down and swish your knees side to side, releasing those glutes. Good. We are going to take tabletop position. So shoulders or wrists, hips are above your knees, and your belly is pulled in, so you have a nice flat back. You can stay here with the knees on the ground. This will be the easier option. If you want to make this a little bit more challenging, you're going to tuck the toes and lift your knees just about an inch or two off of the ground. So this will be a lot more core and thighs. From here, whether your knees are up or down, you're going to tap one toe back and in. Tap and in. Try not to let your hips sway side to side here. Keep your back flat. So I'm not going into sort of a downward dog. I'm keeping my knees down, alternating legs, tapping out and in. Out and in. Lengthen your neck. Keep the shoulders above the wrists. Tap and in. Tap and in. Tap and in. Tap. 8 more. Breathing out. Out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Lower the knees down if they aren't already. Bring your big toes to touch and just sit your hips back to your heels, coming into a child's pose, releasing your forehead down, getting a nice stretch in, maybe taking another sip of water. Good. We're coming back into that tabletop position. This time, everyone will have their knees down. You're going to extend your right leg back behind you, keeping that nice flat back. You're just going to lift the leg up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Don't lift it so high that you're needing to arch your back. Keep everything strong through the core, just lifting slightly. You should feel this in your glute. Lifting up and down, up and down, up and down, up. 4 more. Lifting up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and hold. Bend the knee, so you're pointing your toes up towards the ceiling, and we're just going to pulse that knee or toes up, 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 as though you're kicking the ceiling with your toes. Up, 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 up. Keep pulsing. Up, up. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that leg down. You can give your hips a little break. And then we're switching sides. So other leg stretches out behind you. Flat back, lifting up and down. Up and down, up and down, up. Again, not lifting so high that you're needing to arch your back. Just enough that you feel that glute. Up and down. Core muscles working the whole time, hugging your belly button in. Up and down, up. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up and hold. Bend the knee, toes are facing up towards the ceiling. Kicking, pulsing that leg, those toes up, 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 up. It doesn't have to be a big movement, just really small pulses. Up, up. Keep pulsing. Up, 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 up. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Send your hips back. Give them a little rest. And then we are going to come back onto our side. So come to the first side, and we are gonna lay all the way down. So you can either keep your head flat here, or you can rest your head in your hands. I prefer this. Top hand is gonna be just in front of you with your fingertips resting on the floor, not bringing all of your weight into it, just there for balance. Legs are gonna be straight out. Slightly in front of you is okay as well. Just make sure they're not too far behind you. We are going to lift this top leg straight up and down. Depending on your flexibility here, you can go a little higher or lower, but it doesn't really matter how high the leg goes. You really just want to feel that top glute and inner thigh lifting the leg and down. Lift it up and down. Try and keep your chest and torso really solid and stable here, so you're not wobbling and wiggling around. Just the leg is moving. Lift it up and down. Nice and controlled. We're not just kicking the leg up, using momentum. You're using all of those muscles in the legs and in the core to stabilize you here. Lift it up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Now you're going to start by bending the knee. So bending the leg in. You want to think knees up towards the ceiling here. Toes are at your knee. And then you're lifting the leg up. Bend it back in and lower. Bend it in, knee towards the ceiling. Lift it up. Bend it in and stretch. 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 Keep going. Bend it in and stretch. Bend it in and stretch. Bend it in. Lift the leg. Bend it in and stretch. 2 more. Bend it in and stretch. Bend it in and lower. Last time. And stretch. Bend in and lower. Good. Switching sides. Sweep your legs over to the other side. Laying flat. Again, lengthen your torso, lengthen your chest. We're going to start first with the straight leg. Lifting up and lower down. Lifting up, lower down. Again, it doesn't matter how high your leg goes here, just that you're moving with control. Lift it up and down. Lift it up and down. Lift it up and down. Keep going. Lift it up and down. Lift it up and down. Lift it up and down. Nice and controlled. Last one. And down. Bend it in. So bending the knee facing up towards the ceiling as much as you can. Stretch it up. Bend it in and lower. Bend it in. Stretch it up. Bend it in and lower. Keep going. Bend it in. Stretch it up. Bend it in and lower. Bend it in. Stretch it up. Bend it in. Lengthen out your chest here. Try not to collapse into the ground. And stretch. Your whole body is working here to stay really stable. Up. Bend it in. and stretch. Keep going. Bend it in and stretch. Bend it in and lower. Bend it in and stretch. Bend it in and lower. 2 more. Bend it in and stretch. Bend it in and lower. Bend it in and stretch. Last time. In and lower. Good. Give your legs a little shake out again if you want to sway the knees side to side. Maybe take a quick sip of water here. And then we are coming onto our backs. Heels are going to be about below your hips. Tucking the tailbone so that your back is flat. Knees are straight up towards the ceiling. You're going to lift your hips up, squeeze your glutes, and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. I'm really pressing into my heels here as I lift to feel my glutes working, and down. Lift and down. Squeeze the glutes every time your hips lift. Up and down. 4, 3, 2, up and hold. You're gonna take your right leg, try and lift it off. You're gonna bend it in, kick it up. Bend it in, kick it up. Try and keep your hips as square as you can, not letting that right hip sink down and out, stabilizing through your left thigh, in and stretch, in and stretch. 4 more, 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Lower that right leg down, left leg kicks in and stretch, in and stretch, in and stretch. In, hips are square, lift those hips and stretch, in and stretch, in and stretch, in. 4 more, breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down, lower those hips down. Give your knees a hug, maybe rocking up and down your spine, rolling out your back. Good, and then coming all the way up to sit. We are gonna come into a high plank. So shoulders are above your wrists, stepping the feet back. You're gonna widen your feet a little bit here so you have a little bit more stability. You're gonna pick up one hand, I'll turn to face you, tap your opposite shoulder and down while you're in your high plank. So tapping, shoulder and down, alternating sides. Really trying to keep the hips square. You want to avoid twisting the hips. If you need to drop to the knees here, you can. Just make sure your back is staying flat. Tapping up and down, really feeling those shoulders as well as your abs here. Tap and down, tap and down, tap and down, tap. Keep your neck nice and long and down. Tap and down. Tap and down, tap, keep going. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knees down, sit your hips back, deep breath. We're gonna roll to sit. We're almost done. Just gonna do a little bit more abs and then a little stretch and we're done. So sitting up nice and tall. You can keep your hands on the ground here if you need a little bit more support, or hands can come underneath your thighs. Sitting up as tall as you can, leaning back with a flat back. Toes are gonna come off of the ground. So you have options here. Hands can stay on the ground, hands can stay on your thighs, or you can extend your arms out and up. I'll turn to face you. Out and up. Out and up. Out and up. Out and up. Full body is working here. Your core is stabilizing you. Arms out and up. Inner thighs are squeezing together. So instead of letting your knees splay apart, think of squeezing them together. It'll be a lot harder. Out and up. Lift your chest a little bit more. We're almost there. Out and up. Out and up. 4 more. 4, Sitting tall. 3, 2, 1. Good. Lower down. You're gonna roll all the way onto your back. Keep the lower back pressed into the ground. So think of tucking your tailbone, pressing the small of your back down. Knees are gonna be stacked above the hips, so they're not too tucked in here. Really stacked above the hips. Arms can stay out or behind your head as you lift up if you want to make this a little bit harder. And you're just gonna tap one toe down and up. Keeping the knee bent, it doesn't have to straighten out. What you really wanna focus here is your lower abs as you press your lower back into the ground. Down and up, down and up. Tap and tap. Again, if you wanna make this a little bit more challenging, lift that head and chest up, but really still think of hugging belly button in, pressing lower back down. Keep tapping down and up. Lengthen out and up. Out and up. Out and up. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Hug the knees in. Good. You have made it. We're just gonna stretch everything out. Lower your left sole of your foot down towards the ground as you extend the right leg up. Flex your right foot, cross it over the left thigh, and just start by pressing away on that right leg. If you already feel this in your right hip and glutes area, you can just stay here. Otherwise, reach through the space that you've created and grab onto your left thigh as you hug it in. Getting a nice stretch on the glutes as we did a lot of work on those today. You can even roll out that ankle if you'd like. Nice deep breaths, relaxing into the stretch here. And lower that down. Right leg or right sole of your foot to the ground. Left leg lifts, flex your left foot, cross it over your right thigh. Press away on it. Again, if you feel this stretch in the left side, hold here. Otherwise, reaching through the space, grabbing onto your right thigh as you hug it in, finding that spot. You might need to shift around a little bit until you find really where that stretch feels good for you. An option to roll out your right ankle. Deep breaths as you hug your right leg in close. And lower that down. Just plant both soles of your feet, arms lengthen out. Just let your knees fall from side to side, getting a little bit of release through your back and into your hips. You can even look opposite to your knees here to increase this twist a little bit more. And then when you're ready, roll yourself all the way up to seated. And just find a comfortable cross-legged position. We're gonna reach one arm up and over to the side. Try and lengthen through your chest. Pressing that opposite hip down so you're not rolling over, getting that nice deep stretch in your waist. And lift over to the other side. Again, pressing that opposite hip down, finding lots of length. And lifting up, stretching your legs out straight in front of you. Lifting up here. If your hamstrings are feeling really tight, you can bend the knees here as you reach forward. If you're able to, you can stretch them all the way out as you fold. Try and keep your back nice and lengthened here. So we really get into the hamstrings. If you can reach your toes, you can maybe grab them as you flex your feet here. Nice deep breaths. Good, and rolling yourself all the way up. All right. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed.